E.N.D here. We are in day 4, another day for the spoilers of Throne of Eldraine. We have a couple of new cards, a couple of very strong rare cards, and a particular mythic card. This is the full art of the Sions, the Will and Ron Kenrit, both planeswalkers in one card. Let's begin our spoilers. Powerful Heave, 3 and 1 green. It's a sorcery. Put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it fights another target creature you don't control. It has the ability Adamant. If at least 3 green mana were spent to cast the spell, creature you control get indestructible until end of turn. Embry Paladin for 4 and 1 green. It's a 4/4 giant knight. It has also Adamant. That means that if you spend 3 green mana to cast the spell, it enters the battlefield with an extra +1/+1 counter. Embry Paladin can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Weaselback Redcap for 1 red. It's a 1/1. It's a Goblin Night. For 1 and 1 red, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Curious Pair, 1 and 1 green. It's a 1/3 human peasant. It has the adventure. If you don't know the adventure is doing the new mechanic for Throne of Eldraine, where you can cast the sorcery and then exile the card and cast the creature later on, or you can cast the creature only. If you cast the sorcery Sweet to Share, create a food token for 1 green. Then you can cast the creature afterwards. You can also cast it in the same turn. Roving Keep for 7. It's a 5/7 artifact creature wall. It has Defender. For 7 it gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. It can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender. Hypnotic Sprite for 2 blue. It's a fairy 2/1 with flying and has also an adventure. Mesmeric Glare for 2 and 1 blue. It's an instant. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. We have an excellent and extremely beautiful showcase for this card, Hypnotic Sprite. Obviously these cards, they have very low pull rate, especially the foil. I have already done a video regarding the pull rate. You will have 1 foil showcase or borderless alternative art card, 1 per box. This one could be an uncommon, a rare or a mythic, so you can imagine how rare these cards will be. Noble Return for 3 and 1 green. It's an instant. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand, then put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. Exile Noble Return. It has Adamant. If you spend 3 mana, put both cards in your hand and exile Noble Return instead. Trail of Crumbs for 1 and 1 green. When it enters the battlefield, it's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 0/1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. We have here Cavalhaidia Ranger. It is a creature that has 4 hybrid mana with green and white. It is an elf knight. It is a 2/2. It has tap, creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and has also an adventure. The adventure is for the 4 hybrid mana, you create 2 1/1 white human tokens. Covetous Urge. This is another card with hybrid mana for 4 hybrid mana, blue and black. It's a sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an online card in that player's hand or graveyard and exile it. For as long as the card remains exiled, you may cast it and you may spend mana as though it were any type to cast it. Embry Larkin of Locke, 2 and 1 blue. This is the first rare card. It's a 1/2 legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. It has tap, choose target artifact card in your hand. You may cast that card this turn. Very, very interesting and strong card. Wildborn Preserver. For 1 and 1 green, it's a 2/2 elf archer. It has flesh, it has reach. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on Wildborn Preserver. This means that if you put 1 +1/+1 counter, that counters will remain there because it's not until end of turn. We have the extended art of this card. We know that in Throne of Eldraine you will have the normal border card, and then we have the extended art for the same card. These can be found in collectors booster packs. Clackbridge Troll for 3 and 2 black. It's an 8/8 troll. It has trample, it has haste. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 3/0/1 white goat creature tokens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, an opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap it, you gain 3 life and you draw a card. Locke Serpent for 4, 1 blue and 1 black. It's a 7/7 serpent creature. It has flesh. For 1 blue, you sacrifice a land. It can't be blocked this turn. For 1 black, you sacrifice a swamp. You can gain 1 life and you draw a card. For 1 blue and 1 black, exile 5 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. Return it from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Festing Troll King, 2 and 4 green. This is a 7/6 Troll Noble. It has vigilance, it has trample. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. Sacrifice 3 food, return Festing Troll King from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only during your turn. This is a very strong creature, and I'm sure mono green will see a lot of play in standard. We have the same card, Festing Troll King. This is the extended art for the same card. Very beautiful cards, especially these cards in foil will be extremely very beautiful and extremely valuable. The mythic Robber of the Rich for 1 and 1 red. It's a human archer rogue. It's a 2/2. It has reach and it has haste. When it attacks, if defending players has more cards in hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attack with a rogue, you may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast the spell. These are the spoilers for today till now. Let's see what more spoilers we'll have for day 4. And stay to my channel. Here's the subscription button because I'm going to cover all spoilers for Throne of Eldraine.